So Lionsgate has just released the first trailer for Michael, the upcoming Michael Jackson biopic directed by Anton Fuqua, starring Jafar Jackson, his nephew, playing the iconic role of Michael. So this is the first look we're getting at this. I saw it on Facebook first, maybe half an hour ago is when I first came across it. And I think they released it there because I couldn't find it on YouTube. So now it's finally released on YouTube. I want to do a trailer reaction video to this and watch this with you guys and see what the first look of this thing is, how it feels, what it sounds like, and get a sense of it. So let's do that right now.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this. The tracks are made, the songs are ready. Let's take it from the top. This is your story. Honor your past
So you wanna be
and embrace the future. That's what people want.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay, but remember, in here, keep those feet still, my man.
Okay, so we shall see what happens. It looks pretty good. I mean, I was a little confused about the nose thing where they do the first close-up in the studio and he's talking to Q and he's got the nose make. I don't know. That's not Jafar's nose. So I know Michael's nose. We all know that his nose back during, the off-the-wall phase, he still had his nose. It didn't start to develop until like Thriller, that in-between time. So there was a weirdness, though, to it. It looked almost too big. It didn't look quite right. So I don't know what that's about, but so far it looks okay. I hope they don't screw this film up. From what I understand, they've had some production issues and some delays and different problems with shooting, and they had a bunch of issues with the estate, and they had to get rid of some stuff. It was just a mess so far, and I think they're breaking it down into two different films. This first one's supposed to be released April of 2026. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Details might change. Details may not be accurate. I don't know. There are some scenes in that trailer where, you feel Michael, Jafar looks like him from a distance and some of those spinning moves, and he seems to have nailed that aspect of it. As I've said in my previous discussions about this film, this is going to require a really good actor. It's not going to be just about, do I look like Michael, after the surgery, and am I dressing and am I moving like Michael Jackson? There's so much nuance and so many things to his personality, little things about Michael that are going to need to be captured by a really good actor. And I just don't think Jafar has the chops to do that. We're talking, and I always reference this, I've said this in my past discussion on this, on biopics, but we're looking at stuff like The Doors, like Val Kilmer, when he sent in his audition tape to Oliver Stone to play that role of Morrison, an iconic, lead singer for The Doors. He sent in an audio, like cassette tapes of him singing Jim Morrison with his like that voice, and he nailed it. So Val Kilmer embodied, not only did he look like him, he moved like him. He really immersed himself in that role, and he sounded like Jim Morrison. Like, he sang some of that stuff. So I don't know if Jafar is going to be going to that level. Obviously, I don't think he can. He's nowhere near a seasoned actor that Val Kilmer was. So I don't know. Anyway, these are my initial thoughts on them, kind of just spitting it all out, just, free form, whatever. But let me know what you think about the trailer, the first trailer. Let me know if it sort of inspires you to believe this is going to be a really good pick. I don't know. It's one of those things, again, where the music is going to make you feel a certain way. Like, oh man, as soon as you hear that beat, as soon as you hear that little remix of the music, it sounds good. It gets you really hyped up because, Michael was the most iconic, performer, singer of all time. So, and I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, so I feel good hearing the music. I'm just still leery on whether or not this is going to work based on the script, based on how this is going to be filmed. It already looks a little too clean as far as I'm concerned. Like, I feel it should be edgier. But, of course, we've got the Jackson estate with their hand in this whole thing. So you're not going to get this, unblemished version of the film. You're going to get this very sanitized look at Michael's life, from what I understand. We'll see. I could be wrong, but let me know in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Put your comments below. Let me know what you think of the trailer, and I'll see you on the next That Guy Talks Movies. Peace.